Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michael Carbone. I'm a business and immigration attorney in Staten Island, New York. And today I want to talk about the Freedom of Information Act. Specifically, I want to talk about how to request your immigration related documents using the FOIA request process. Before I dive into this video, if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. Otherwise, visit us at carboneattorneys.com. We have a button in the top right corner of our website. Click it, fill it out, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So the FOIA process is essentially a system that allows you to communicate with different government agencies to request your specific immigration-related documents. So let's say that you know that a case was filed for you a couple of years ago, but you don't remember the name of the attorney that helped you out. You don't remember when you filed or what year you filed, but you know you filed documents. You would use the FOIA process to communicate with USCIS to request those specific documents. Now, the FOIA process itself is a formal process to request your documents from the federal government. Now, with regards to immigration cases, there's several government agencies that you want to keep in mind that will likely hold those records that you are seeking. So, for example, USCIS will house any records related to immigration benefits and petitions, anything related to green card applications, naturalization, etc. Any documents that you or your relative have submitted on your behalf to apply for immigration-related benefits. Another agency to consider is ICE, that's Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Now, if you were ever detained or encountered by ICE, they would be the ones having the records pertaining to your arrest, detention, and so forth. The next agency to consider is the Department of State. So the U.S. Department of State handles all non-immigrant and immigrant visas. So if you applied for a visa while you were in your home country to come to the United States, the Department of State is the agency that would have those records. The next agency would be the Office of Biometrics Identity Management, or OBIM, but that agency would have any fingerprint data that you may have submitted in regards to an immigration-related matter. So maybe you submitted your fingerprints for a petition, or maybe you were encountered by immigration at a border or airport and they took your fingerprints. OBIM would be the agency that has those records. Next is the EOIR, the Executive Office for Immigration Review. This is the immigration courts. So if you have ever been in immigration court proceedings, deportation proceedings, this agency would have your records, and this is who you would send the FOIA request to. Finally, the last agency that's relevant for the purposes of immigration is CBP. So these are the agents that are located at our southern border, at ports of entry where ships are coming in and out of the US, as well as at airports. So if you've ever interacted with any of those agents at a border, port of entry, or an airport, then you would want to send your request to CBP. So how do you submit a FOIA request? Well, it's a little bit different for each agency, but most government agencies have an online form process where you go to a website, which I've included below, and you submit a form and you wait. Other agencies require you to make submissions through email, and finally, some more antiquated agencies will accept FOIA requests over fax, if you still have a fax machine. When submitting your FOIA request, you do want to be responsive to all the questions that are asked. So they may include questions like your name, your date of birth, if you have an alien registration number, dates of entry, anything pertaining to the specific documents that you are seeking from that specific agency. You want to list and answer those questions in that online FOIA process. Once you have filled everything out, you submit your request, and now it becomes a waiting game. So for some agencies, they will get back to you within a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Others will take significantly longer. Some could take over 6 months, and some agencies could take well over a year, depending on backlogs and how much information you are requesting. Now, when you receive your FOIA response from the government, you will get either all of the documents that you requested, you will get some of the documents, you'll get documents with redactions on them. So some of the sections will be either whited out or blacked out, or your request will be denied. And the good thing there is that if the government does deny your request, they must provide a reason why, and they also must provide information regarding your appeal rights to appeal that decision. Finally, I want to add, if you've ever had any encounters with the criminal justice system, you will want to also do an FBI background check if you don't have the records from those cases. So these requests require you to submit fingerprints, and the FBI will do a national search and recall any arrests, convictions, charges against you, and provide you with your own rap sheet. So that's important if you were encountered with the criminal justice system, or if you think you were. Maybe you were arrested, maybe you were detained, and they took your fingerprints, but nothing happened. It's really important to run an FBI background check in those specific situations to make sure that there's nothing on your record that may be relevant when you are applying for immigration benefits. So that's it. That is the FOIA process. It's a very crucial step if you do not have all of your own records in front of you. You'll want to rely on these government agencies to produce the records that you do not have in your possession. And also, it's a good way of checking to see what's out there. So when you apply for immigration benefits, the government is gonna, source information from all of these agencies, and they will see pretty much exactly what you see, with the exception of those redactions. But if they have an idea of what your record looks like, then you have an idea of what your record looks like. And that is extremely helpful for proceeding with your immigration application. So that's it. That's the video. If you like it and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and I'll keep making them.